So what I want to do is, if I zero it there, cool. So now I'm going to show you the reading on the device. So what I've done is I've zeroed it so that when I have the hot end touching, so this is up and then this is the hot end actually touching, I've zeroed it out at that point. So that way, when I raise the hot end a little, I can see how much I've raised it up until, at least a little bit. I might have to get a sheet of paper. Be right back. Fortunately, you can still hear me while I'm going to get a sheet of paper. All right. All right. Okay, so that actually is the stop of the Z-stop. Okay, that's the stop over there. Okay, that's fine. Still, that's as low as it'll go. So if I zero it out there, I'm going to back this up a little. And I look and I watch, I can see that as I go from front to back even, there's a good bit of difference. There's all the way in the back position. Here's all the way in the front position. So I can see it actually goes from 0, it has about, yeah. Now I can look at this and I can kind of go like this and get a reading on that side is higher or lower, and this side is higher. In fact, this corner reads 0, literally. That corner, or at least as far as I can go, because my mechanism does bump into that, which I probably need to figure out how to take care of that. Thought I made careful measurements, but once you get into actually using something, you learn that your measurements don't mean squat. So let's see what I can do to alter it. I'm gonna make a little mark. I think we need to cut this much off. We need to cut about there on that side. There. And then with that, I'm going to move it back to the middle. Just going to use these clippers for now. Could probably go get some metal shears or something, but I think these will be enough to execute what I need. Just gonna clip through. Like that. Doesn't have to be an exact science. Probably don't want to go much past back there. So do this. These scissors are powerful, but I don't think they're powerful enough. All right. So note to self. I'll adjust that on the next version. So we're just going to work with that. I also see that it rubs in the other direction. Oh no, actually it doesn't rub in this direction. So in the other direction, you can go all the way to the end. I think I made my measurements on this side, and that's why this side works. Whoops, let's pull this up. But yeah, so if we basically read here, this corner is almost at 0. This corner is at least about, sits at about, what, negative 0.036. That's not too bad. It could be way worse. But we can use that to gauge all right, so the question is, am I able to do this to get it down to 0? So I've tightened all the wheels up. Now that's at 0. Okay. So, by the way, when I'm actually pushing on it, there's actually some actual, like I'm pushing it down and up. So it's after I stop and let it rest that you can actually see what the actual reading is. So there it's at 0-ish. When I set it in the middle, it's still at the same point. When I do it there, it's at 0. And there it's about, so I'm going to say that's probably good enough for government work. At least for the front end. I'm going to put it in the middle. And I'm going to scoot it back to the middle. And we're going to see what happens as we go from front to back. Now this is approximately the middle right here. So this is, let's keep on going to the back. So that's about 7/100ths lower. In the very back part of the metal here is about 8/100ths lower. I'll try to, so now I want to see on this end, this actual corner, where we got. So the back corner is about -0.5. I mean, it's still pretty good. These are all hundredths, but 0.8. So let's try to raise this corner. See if we can get it to read 0. Whoop, that's too far. Let's see. All right, let's do that. 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay. Then let's, still about 0, let's scoot it all the way this way. Get this corner at 0. All right. Now I try to do it by hand. I don't know what that 5 means. Let's tighten it down a little bit. Tighten until it changes. And then I'm going to actually put it kind of in the middle. All right. Make it go until it touches that negative. Oh, there we go. Nope. All right, so now what are we in the middle on this edge? In the middle on this edge, -400. And at the front now that we've adjusted that back, we're at -400. All right, now what if I adjust this till we get to 0? This is what we call chasing zeros, y'all. Like literally. All right, 0. Let's check the middle again. Middle is 0.2. What's the back? Back is 0. So I'm going to say that is pretty acceptable for my purposes. Okay. Now let's check the middle. I'm going to scoot this to the middle. Now the middle is pretty close. That's pretty close. That's a little less close. I'm going to scoot all the way that way as far as I can. Well, that gets the most unwieldy, so let's see what we can do to raise that up. All right. Dope. I just realized I did that setting with that thing and the little bottom thing for the screw. So let me try that again. Let's do that again here. Yeah, let's try to go back to that. Was probably perfect. And I just messed it up. So let's tighten that back up. There's a little wheel. We're going to make it 0. 6. Okay. 3. 1. 0. Okay. Now let's get on the other side of that screw. Still 0. Let's go towards the middle. Oh, what is that? What is that sound? Huh, there's a cable that just turned my wheel. I need to secure that cable. I just noticed as I was pushing it back there that there's a cable right here. And it runs under that wheel, but it actually grabbed that wheel. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cable tie. Where does that go to? I'm going to pull it out this way. What I'm going to do is I'm going to get some black gaff tape and tape that down. All right, right back. So yeah, that's not good. We don't want, especially if we're chasing zeros and getting this thing perfectly leveled, we definitely don't want a random cable grabbing our wheel and turning it for us every time it goes forward or backward on that axis. So as you can see, here's the wheel. Well, let's see if I can get you a little lower. Let's do it this way. As you can see, here's the wheel, and the cable was over here, and it literally like turned it like a good half a turn. So we're going to fix that with black gaff tape. My favorite, no, not duct tape, gaff tape. The best stuff for everything. Now I'm going to just stuff that into the hole. I'm going to put gaff tape over this whole area. Just like this. All right. Actually, let me pick that up. All right. In a past life, I was a audio guy for events at big hotels and things like that. Audio video guy. So I have lots of gaff tape. And that looks like that will not be catching anymore. As you can see now, there's nothing to catch the wheel. So that is a problem solved. All righty. Now, we got to redo our calibration there though, because that did turn it. As you can see, we're at 0.01. too bright light. Let me see if I can get you. Okay, there we go. All right, we're going to call that. Let's go all the way to the back. That's the screw hole. Let's see. All right, there. All right. That's pretty good. Then when we get up to the front, we're pretty good, but I'm going to adjust it anyway. All right. All right. Chasing zeros. All right. I'm happy with 1 or 2. Oh, let me move the. All right, this is actually being pretty level. Whoop, I'm in that screw hole. Off the damn thing. Let's try that. All right, so 1 on the very edge. That's in the screw hole. Let's go around there. And in the middle. What are we in the middle? Where's 0 in the middle? Okay, let's try the whole middle of the whole bed. Middle of the whole bed, we're only 200. Yeah, so that is pretty level. So I'm going to call that level. All right, now we're going to lift this up. We're going to do the same exact thing, but this time we're going to do it with the glass plate. Now, I read a lot of people online, and they all said, you know what, give up, go and buy a mirror tile, because it's not worth the time you're going to spend trying to reach perfection. Well, I'm a believer in making what you bought work. So that's what we're going to do. All right. So this is now secured onto here. So let's see. This time I'm going to actually get the, I see some stuff on the nozzle. Just going to clean the nozzle off of the, raise it up a little bit. All right. Nozzle looks okay now. Okay. Now I'm going to take it down until the nozzle actually touches. I wonder if I'm able to. Give me a second. Let's see if I can give you an up close and personal view there. All righty. So now we've touched with our, even that is going to be too high. Oh, whoops. There, let me try this. Sorry. I'm the only camera guy here today. There we go. That's our view. All righty, let's see what we can do here. Okay, there we go. All right, actually, let me get a piece of paper. Okay, I can't move the paper. I don't want to measure that resistance. we go. There we go. No, that's this. All right. All right. I'm zeroing out a little box there. That's going to be our 0 point we're going to measure. Now we're going to check the glass. All right, all the way up at the front. Glass is pretty good. This is the center. In the middle. 300 is tall. Let's see. The back end. Still about 2 or 300. That's not too bad. Let's see. Check the corners. Check this corner. Let's see. 0.2. That looks pretty good. Check the other corner. 0.06. I think that says, hey, adjust me. I think that Z-stop is set a little too low, maybe. I don't know. I'm raising it up because I don't want it to scrape. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I'm going to zero it out again. Check this corner. All right, 0.2. Check the middle. 0.1, that's all good and healthy. Check that corner, 0.3. Put it up to where I can't really raise it anymore. That lifts it up too much. Okay, so 0.2 or 0.3 though, I think I'm pretty comfortable with that. All right, now let's go back to the middle. And let's go front to back. Check the middle. That's a lot. 0.11. Well, it's not a lot, but relative to everything else we've done, that's a lot. That's 0.9. Okay. 900 is 0.009. Let's see about this other side. 0.004. 43210. So in general, it feels like the middle is really tall. And, oh, actually, is it really tall or really low? Let me look again. Because it's negative, right? So the back side is good. The center is up pretty high. The center in the front is up a similar amount of high, but I mean, they're only hundredths, but still. And then we're a little lower on the outside. And then when I we come over here, pretty respectable at 0. When we go over there, pretty somewhere. So if I were to do anything, I'd want to put some aluminum. I wonder if it's the clips. Are the clips pulling it down? I wonder if that's what's doing it. So all right. The tape's probably about as big as this paper. So if I put tape underneath, that'll give me a couple hundredths. Let's see. Well, I wonder. All right, so what I think we're going to do now is I'm going to so if I'm 4.4 in the middle. Still all pretty flat. All right. So I think our calibration might be okay. So what I want to do is I want to find the highest point. Here, let's try this. I'm going to find the highest point, which is this over here, 0.15. Yeah. The highest point is going to be this area. I'm just going to zero it out there. So now I want to have the high point as my 0, just for purposes of this demonstration. So that would mean I want to raise this side up about 9 hundredths. So I wonder how thick this tape is. So let's say I took this tape and I put it under the glass. How much would it raise it? I'm just going to get a sample of a little piece right here and tape it and just see how thick it is. So that would change 10 to about 100th, probably about 200th. So then here would be 10. Front here would be maybe 3 strips there, 4 strips there, a bunch of strips back here. I wonder, maybe we'll see if we can get there with the wheels. All right, so we're getting there with the wheels. Boom, 0, 2, Okay, so let's see if we can get there with the wheels. Remember, we already flattened the metal. Now we're recalibrating to the glass and the metal. Huh, okay. Checking the metal here. We're at 2. We're at 3. We're at 1. Okay, that feels pretty level. Go all the way to the side. All right, 0.3. 0.2. Okay, so let's bump this up a little bit. All right. Metal. I get 3. Back here we get negative, so we can bump this back here up a little too. I forgot that's cranked all the way down. All right, let's see. So in the middle, it's still pretty high there. At least the highest reading on the chart, which we're just talking hundredths, but still. 0.06, 0.03. So that means that whole side is a little higher than this whole side. So zero. Let's check our corners again. 0.1. Oh. 3. 10 there, and then when we get to the front, so the center is still the highest point. For fun, 9. Okay. Oh, what did it say? 9. All right. So one of my cameras are acting crazy there. 6. Let's see what we got back here. 11. Okay, so let's zero it out 11. Let's just say, hey, let's make that 0. What do I got to do to bring everything up? Whoop. Well, first, if you don't come off the... So that means this whole side is that low. Back here, this corner would be this little. All right, let's see. Let's do another round of wheel adjustments. See if we can zero this thing out. All right. Find your highest point, 0 to that, and then go around until everything is 0 or as close as you can get it to 0. All right. Excuse me, taking that monitor out of my ear. Negative 0.7. Okay, let's raise this corner then. All right. 0.06. Negative 4. let's raise this corner just a smidge. I don't know why my main camera angle there is getting all wonky. 0.09. 0.05. Yeah. So you know what? Let's turn this down a little. But only halfway. Let's go to 2. And then let's go back to here. That puts that at 6. But let's go back to here and let me... Yeah, so that's 1. Let's raise that. Let's raise that to 3. Let's see. Yeah, the middle's just always going to be higher. All right, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to raise this up. I'm going to try something. Try something just for fun. All right. This here is aluminum tape. So far we have been chasing zeros all across our bed to try to level it. And I've found that consistently one side is higher than another. So let's see. We're just going to try this out. See if this allows us any expediency. I might redo that tape. But I just want to put a piece of tape under there and see if it gets everything a little closer. Let's just see what that does to our overall measurements. All right. I think one of my first upgrades to this thing is going to be the bed. I'm not sure I like this glass. All right. Let's go ahead. All right, let's find our highest point. All right, that's 25. I did that backwards. I'm going to put the tape on this side. That's what I meant to do. Dope. Yeah. I'll try that again. I don't know why I did that backwards. I wasn't thinking. I meant to put the tape over here. All right, let's try that again. All right. So we're going to all right. Let's see how that goes. All right. Now I'm going to throw that out. All right, now it's about 200th up. That, I think, might have done the trick. There's 200th there, about 200th there, and about 0 there, which is closer than it was before. There was like a spread of 10. Oh. Try this again. 0. Okay. The middle, we've got 0. There we've got 0.1. That is significantly better than earlier. Let's see what about the front. Let's see how it is along the front. All right. Nine to 7. Still only about 2 different. Now I wonder if I turn the wheels and chasing zeros. Let's chase some zeros. Can we get to 0? -2. -8. All right. 0, 0, 1, 0, 4. All right, let's see what we got going forward here. That's at 6. That's at 3. Okay. Let's try back here. That's 200th down. That one is almost at 0. That's really good. Touch that one just a little. There we go. Middle is 1. Let's see. I think that's all pretty good. All right. Now to that problem is solved, potentially. We'll find out if it is or not. I'm gonna power it up again. All right, where do I got power? Power over here, okay. All right, I'm the only person here today. I'm the only cameraman, so I'm sorry if your angles are not the best that they normally could be. Let's go ahead and cut back to the main here. All righty. So we added some aluminum tape underneath the glass in the bed just to see if that helped get a little bit more level. You know, we had a little bit of some inconsistencies. I think it worked pretty well. We're gonna find out. This is a big old printer, boy. All right. With that in mind, let's see, can I put this over here so we can read what is on the screen? I think I can. All right, with that in mind, we're going to now power up the printer. See what we got going on here. I think the power switch is over here. All right, while we're waiting for that to power up, oh, what a fun day today has been so far. We started off showing you the custom mount that I printed for the digital, the Machinists dial, and we put that on there, mounted it up, and then we basically went around the bed and chased zeros in the center and in the corners and tried to make everything line up. We ended up adding a little piece of aluminum tape to be able to try to get that fit a little bit better. I think we've done pretty good. And now I think we're going to test some other things. All right, now we have, our thing is up. We should be ready to go. We're gonna find out here. All right. The question is, how do we get this not to have these ugly layer heights? So, I want to check the tension of the belts. I want to know how I can adjust that tension. So there's the stop switch for that. If anybody knows, please let me know. So, to add tension. How do I do that? All right, well, I'm going to take a short little break, and I will be right back. Thank you all for watching so far. We are chasing zeros with a Creality CR-X, trying to get this thing calibrated and dialed in, and having a lot of fun doing it. We'll be right back. All right. And we're back. Sorry about the fan noise. Wanted to check, make sure the audio was coming through. The fan noise on this beast is very loud, but I assume that's because it needs to be cooled so well. So off camera,